Thank you for joining us today for Harley on the Headlines. We take a look at some of the headlines of the day, try to make some sense of them. And when I find a cool image or a video, I'll bring it to you too. Please help spread the word. Hit those like and follow and subscribe buttons. Surely does help, and I thank you in advance for doing it. Liars, liars, pants on fire. These Iranians. I only hope the world pays attention to their blatant dishonesty as closely as we do, you and I. Now, they are saying, no, J.D. Vance is wrong. They have not agreed to allow international atomic energy inspectors to return to make sure Iran is out of the nuclear weapons development game. As soon as those inspectors found that Iran was pursuing nukes back in July last year, Iran chased them away and hasn't allowed them back in. International inspectors said Iran was violating even the weak agreement it had with Obama and was pursuing nuclear weapons. It's one of the primary reasons Trump decided to go in and put a stop to it. Interesting to note that the U.S. Treasury Department has now officially approved sales of Iranian oil for 60 days due to the memorandum that launched the war-ending talks. So Iran is getting what it wants. I love NASA because of what it represents in the search for knowledge and the emotion and the drive that have always pushed us over the next mountain, across the next desert, over the next sea, to explore, sometimes to conquer, and to expand our horizons and our knowledge. Love the images produced by both Hubble and the James Webb telescopes. That latest one is from Webb. Those telescopes are time portals, you know. The image you see is from the past, not today. That one is billions of years in the past in a stellar cloud called Orion A, which is rich with brand new developing stars. That picture is full of light that spent billions of years just getting here. Cool, huh? The bipartisan Road to Housing bill has been passed in the Senate. It had already passed in the House, and President Trump said he supports it, said that a while ago. The bill provides help for people to renovate their older homes, encourages communities to build more housing with government funding and grant programs, cuts some construction red tape, and most importantly, puts a stop to huge corporations like Blackstone buying up single-family homes and making them rental only. This is one of the big reasons there's such a shortage of affordable housing in America. The top three companies owned or controlled hundreds of thousands of homes, which took them off the market as affordable first-time buyer homes. In fact, that's the kind of home that private equity giants wanted because they made perfect rentals. And then rental prices went up. President Trump said months ago he was up for upending that business. It was predatory and greedy and manipulative, but legal. But no more. Not now. Are you ready for this? A federal judge says federal health authorities cannot bar the purchase of soft drinks, snacks, and candy with federal SNAP money. In other words, if people want to waste their federal assistance money on junk, they can do that. The effort to make America healthier falls flat. The plan had been to treat the sweets that lead to so much diabetes and heart disease the same way that alcohol, tobacco, and fast food are already treated for SNAP benefits, what used to be called food stamps. You can't buy that stuff with food stamps, with SNAP benefits. Actually, the judge said the Trump administration cannot allow states to make that rule against junk sweets on their own. So, federal judge Amy Berman Jackson rides to the support of the sugar addicted. On a more serious note, does the Justice Department have the right to investigate to see if Some Democrat officials broke their oaths to protect and uphold the Constitution of the United States by deliberately encouraging the breaking of immigration law or by breaking those laws themselves. Does the government have a right to look into that? Well, one federal judge says no, that subpoenas to investigate were themselves unconstitutional because, the Democrats argued, they were being harassed in Minnesota. Judge Patrick Schiltz agreed with Governor Tim Walz and others that the Trump administration was just trying to retaliate against his enemies. Now, my question is, how does a judge know what motivates the administration? Was there evidence? How can the judge tell whether it's political retaliation or fealty to the rule of law that drives them? No word yet whether the administration will appeal that ruling. Maybe you are like me on this one. I have never developed a sense of ease around bees that want to sting me. Some folks are like bears. They just shake off the bees and ignore them till they go away. Even so, officials in the tiny town of Mauriceville, Texas, suggested that folks might want to stay indoors while they dealt with a bee problem from an overturned tractor trailer which dumped about 2 million bees on the Colony Drive and Farm Road at 1130. Literally, 2 million bees estimated. As for the beehives that tumbled from the truck, that's what it looked like there in the neighborhood. I know they're our friends, and we can't live without them. And I'm glad there were experts around who could save them. We got that image from a Facebook post from Queen Bee Supply Company that helped rescue those bees and take them to a local bee farm. Wow, that is a lot of bees, isn't it? The world's largest gambling casinos produced a bunch of losers yesterday, talking about the stock markets, particularly those that are tech-heavy. Tech stocks had a huge sell-off, some tech markets losing 10, 12%. And yet, while it's a huge opportunity for investors with plenty of antacid in the cabinet, it's not seen as a real crisis yet. It's a correction of an overinflated tech market driven by AI fever. SpaceX lost a chunk yesterday, falling nearly 20%. Amazon, Meta, iShares, Intel, Micron, AMD, NVIDIA, Samsung, all of them were down. But they'll be back. The move to AI is just too strong. You know the rule, buy on the dips, sell on the peaks. The rest of this week ought to be interesting to watch. Here's a highly endangered career choice. Town crier, reminiscent of the days when a man would walk the town square and announce in a very loud voice to the sleeping or just sleepy town that it was 9 o'clock, for example, and all is well. Well, that was before electricity and speakers and sirens. Those were the town criers, when one shouted voice could be heard by most of the people in the town. There's a contest, and Guinness wanted to pick the world's loudest town crier, Joseph McGrail Baitup. That's his name. Also known as Lord Joseph, is the official town crier for Canberra and Queanbeyan in Australia. He won the contest.
Now! Microphone! Sports car! Can I please have a shave? Hey, mate. Can I have some eggs? God bless Australia! And God save the King! Now!
Thanks to the Guinness people for the video. 122.4 decibels. Now, I kind of doubt the video does the volume justice. 122 decibels is rock concert loud, or the sound of a jet taking off from standing just 75 feet away. Louder than a chainsaw or a snowmobile. So hats off to him. I guess we'll stop there. That's it, you know. Thanks for joining in for a quick look at some of the day's news. I appreciate it. Hey, if you get anything good out of these visits, I do hope you'll help spread the word. It's you and me in this together. And I hope you'll check in at the website, harleycarnes.com, from time to time. I'm Harley Carnes, and as I always like to encourage you, make some good choices in your life today. It's all about choice. Make a decision to be happy. And fly safe. It's the only way to get there.